Hi, I'm Kristin Woodford, the Routine Queen. Podcast host, keynote speaker, and motivator extraordinaire, I help uplevel women's lives one healthy habit and mindful day at a time. I wasn't always a fan of routines and early mornings, and spent most of my life feeling that although life was great, there seemed to be something that was missing. I was missing a piece of my spark. And over the years, I have built a foundation of healthy daily habits and rituals that created my own secret sauce for feeling the best I've ever felt. I realized that the secret had been right there inside of me the whole time. If you feel like your spark is more of a pilot light, then this podcast is for you. Throughout the podcast, we will cover all areas of life, including the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. It's time to move from feeling like you're just trying to keep up with to-do lists and into feeling like you control your day and ultimately your life. Increase your energy, be present in the moment, and find joy in all moments of life throughout the day. Thank you for joining on this journey. Now let's see how we can up-level today. This is the Routine Queen podcast, healthy habits, and mindful living. Before we get into today's episode, I want to take a moment to share one of my favorite companies with you. Throughout most of my life, I never really had a regular skincare routine. I always thought it took too much time and I was too overwhelmed with all the products that were out there. But a few years ago, I met Jamie from Glow Jar Beauty, and since then, my skincare routine is one that I look forward to every day, for real. Her products are quality, the method is simple, and my skin has never been happier. Sustainability, education, and celebrating skin at every age is at the heart of Glow Jar. Do yourself a favor and check out glowjar.ca, that's glowjar.ca, and use discount code ROUTINEQUEEN for 15% off. Enjoy. Hello, welcome to today. I am Kristin, your routine queen. Today's going to be short and sweet, and it talks about those moments when you know what you want to be doing or should be doing, and I use the word should lightly because I hate that word. I don't hate things, but I don't like that word. But when you know what your higher self would want you to do, your healthiest version of you, your ideal self, and yet you still make choices in some moments that don't serve your higher good. And so maybe it's something as simple as your eating choices. You grab the bag of chips when you know that chips make you feel gross. And, I'm talking about like the late night snacking, you're full from dinner and you're sitting there, but you're not even hungry, but you just grab them because it's habit and because you don't even know why, but you just do. And then afterwards, you're like, why did I do that? That wasn't a good choice for me. I know better. We all know better. So then why do we do the thing? And I'll give you a personal story that happened this week, actually. So my daughter and I were cooking dinner one day, and I think that if you've been around for a minute, you will know that lately I've been doing the things, but not all of my things, and certainly not consistently. And so I haven't been feeling my optimal ideal self for sure, but we're working on it and it's fine. And nutrition is one of those things that has sort of slid by the wayside for sure. And so the other day we were prepping dinner, and she's 6. And so I said to her, I was like, hey, I would like you to hold me accountable to something. And she's like, okay, what does accountable mean? And I was like, well, it means, making sure that you do what you say you're going to do, and having someone check in to make sure that you're doing that to keep you on track. She's like, okay. And I said, I would like you to hold me accountable to nutrition. Tomorrow I'm going to start the Plant Paradox, like a nutrition program. And I said, I haven't been eating very well lately, and my body feels the effects of it. I definitely feel not as good as I know I could because of it. And she stopped. She was washing dishes at the moment, and she stopped. She threw her soapy hands down, and she turns to me and she's like, what? She's like, this is what you do. She's like, for the routine queen, she's like, you have a podcast and you know these things and you talk about them. She's like, why are you eating bad if you know that you're not supposed to, or something? I'm paraphrasing, but that was pretty close to what she said. But her like shock was like, what? And I started laughing and I was like, you are true. Yeah, you're correct. And that's a very good point and question. And I said, well, this is a good lesson or a good moment to say that sometimes, even though we know what is right for us, we can have all the knowledge and we can have all the experience and we have all the know-how. And sometimes we still make decisions that doesn't serve our higher good sometimes. And that doesn't mean that we're bad or, we're doing bad. It's just an awareness. It's information. It's all just information. And so that conversation has stuck with me, with her. And this is, I know this for sure. And I'm not stressed because I know that it isn't going to take long to make the changes that I want to make. And yet I've been saying the same thing for months and I still haven't like wholeheartedly committed to going 100% on this. And I still find that my pants are not fitting. And then the self-talk starts in my head. You know that pesky self-talk? And I'm a huge believer that words become your thoughts and beliefs and all that. And we talk to ourselves all the time, and consciously or unconsciously, we are ingraining messages into our subconscious. And why the heck wouldn't we be giving ourselves messages that help us make us feel our best? Anyways, that's a random ramble. But what it has got me thinking about this week is, even when we have the knowledge and even when we know exactly what to do in order to feel our best, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we choose the bag of chips, or we just choose what seems a lot easier in the moment and seems to take less effort in the moment, which sometimes is a lot of baloney and excuses. And sometimes it actually is true. So sometimes it's easier to stay in bed rather than get up and go for the run or the workout. Even though we know that after we do it, we're going to feel so much better in that moment. It's so hard. And so temptation, right? Temptation takes over. And I think that if we don't have a solid foundation built, if we haven't put in the time and the investment, I mean time and intention and effort, into ourself, into getting to know ourselves and what makes us feel our best, for sure. And then into doing those things enough so that they become a part of us and our identity, and we don't have to think about it. We just do it. And we get to a point where we definitely feel better when we do it than when we don't. And that is so clear to us that there is no other option other than just to be this person that like does the things that make you feel your best. And so sometimes, why are we tempted to take the easier route in the moment? Sometimes it's a lack of knowledge or self-awareness, for sure, because we haven't put the time into it and the curiosity and all of that. And sometimes we just need to give ourselves grace. And I say that, and I have been told that a lot too. Like, just give yourself some grace, cut yourself some slack. Sometimes you just need to eat the chips, or you just need to take a break. And I am all for taking a break when you need it, for sure, if that is what your body needs. I'm also a huge believer that you can get to know yourself in a way where you can decipher the voice in you. And you can determine when that voice pops up that says, do what's easier now. Like, take the easy route. Is that just a pesky little voice who's trying to like make you stray. And that's the moment when you need to be like, okay, thank you, but I'm not listening to you. And I'm actually going to push myself because that is what I need. And that's what's going to make me feel better. Or do you really need to take a break and take some grace and have the chips? Because that's what's going to make you feel better right now. And then tomorrow's a new day. And, you know, sometimes we get stuck. Sometimes we get stuck in ruts and stuck in what has happened or what may happen. My gosh, how much of our time do we spend worrying about a conversation that we've had or something that we have done or something that someone has done to us? And those things, while they can be helpful to think about sometimes, and we definitely have emotions that we need to feel through, if we get stuck replaying that over and over and over again, our body and ourself, our body and our mind don't know the difference between what is actually happening right now and not. So if you think about something from the past on repeat, your body thinks it's happening right now. If you're reliving an accident that you had, let's say like a number of years ago, your body thinks you're going through the accident right now because that's the stress that you put it in. And additionally, if you're worrying about something that you think might happen in the future, you are creating this scenario and you are living as if it's happening. Your body doesn't know that it's in the future and it's not actually happening because it feels like it's happening right now. So you're putting so much stress on yourself. This is a little bit of a tangent, but it's to say there's like a bazillion, I don't know the number, but there's a bazillion thoughts going through our head every day and a bazillion decisions that we make. We are consciously creating what happens to us, what we do, and how we feel and how we show up. And that is every decision that we make, whether we choose to go for a walk or not, whether we choose to take the stairs or the escalator. Side note, if you are like able enough to take the stairs whenever possible, for goodness sakes, take the stairs. If you're staying in a hotel that is on the 4th story, unless you're carrying major luggage, take the stairs. Why take the elevator? Yes, it takes more time. Yes, it takes more energy. And you know what? It's better for your health. It's better for your mind. So just do it. Where can we make those small shifts? And then where can we like draw ourselves into the present moment and say, what do I need in this moment? And what would future me do? Future me that feels like her kick-ass version of herself, what would she do right now? And sometimes in order to make that change or like get back on track or whatever it is, sometimes we just need to get sick of our own shit, sick enough of our own shit that we make the change and we stick to the nutrition that we say we're going to, or we stick to the movement program that we've committed to, instead of just like saying we're going to do something and be like, oh yeah, well, I didn't do it. And I'm not saying this, I'm saying this to myself because I need to hear it and maybe you need to hear it too. Sometimes you need to give yourself grace and just let yourself be. And then sometimes you need sometimes you need to kick yourself in the ass and say like, okay, it's time. And you need to know whether you're the type of person, whether you go like all in. So is it all in starting tomorrow because you need it black and white? Otherwise, you're going to create so many like gray areas that you don't actually stick to the thing. Or do you need to start with one small thing? I'm a huge believer that you start small and you keep adding. But maybe, just maybe, you need a radical change right now, short term, to just like kickstart you. I don't know what you need. You need to know what you need. And if you don't know, then reach out for accountability, for direction, for guidance, or talk to yourself. Create some stillness within yourself so that you are able to truly find out what you need in this moment and then do it. And if that means starting a nutrition program tomorrow with your 6-year-old holding you accountable, then by all means, go do that. Today was a bit rambly. And if you're still with me, thank you. This is things that I personally am going through right now. And I'm so, full disclosure and vulnerability, I'm so sick and tired of the stories that are running through my head right now about why I'm not doing the things, or the excuses, or the victim mentality that I talk very much about in terms of like, you can, choose to be the victim of circumstance, or you can take control of your reality. So take control of what you can right now. And what that is the basics. What time are you going to bed? Are you leaving your phone in the other room, or are you using it as, the ultimate pacifier to help you fall asleep and then look at in the middle of the night when you wake up? What are the things that are going to serve you? And maybe they're going to feel hard in the moment. And if you haven't been doing them for a while, they probably are going to be hard. Yeah. But then you got to think about, what is the payoff? So how do you feel, and how do you want to feel? And if there's a gap in there, what are you going to do to close that gap? And sometimes you need to just do, not sometimes, but you do need to do regular check-ins with yourself to say, how am I feeling? Am I like what I'm doing? Is it working for me, or is it not? And if it's not, what can I shift? If you need help or guidance or accountability, reach out. I'm here. This is my passion. And I'm here not in a position of saying, I have it all figured out and I have this perfect routine and I'm feeling my best every single day. I'm here as a very real life human saying, I know how to feel my best, and I know what it feels like to feel and to live as my ideal, healthiest version of me. And I'm not that right now. I am struggling in some areas right now, and it sucks. And I know how to get out of it, and I'm working my way there, but it's not instantaneous change this time for me. It's taking some time. And so if you don't feel different instantaneously, that's okay. Sometimes things don't. And sometimes you need community to help you get through it. And sometimes you just need to hear that you can keep going. Just do small things and keep going, and keep thinking about what that ideal, healthiest version of you feels like, and what does that version of you do? And then what is one thing that you can do to get a little bit closer to that today? And if you're living as your healthiest, liveliest version of you, then how can you celebrate that today? Because fuck, that's a good feeling. Okay. Thank you for listening. Your invitation today is to check in with yourself, see what's going on for you and what you need in this moment. And then your additional invitation is to reach out to someone today. To reach out to someone that you feel like reaching out to. Maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's someone you haven't talked to in years, but someone that pops up into your awareness and your mind, and you're like, I really would like to check in with them. Just drop them a line or call, or just say like, hey, thinking about you, wanted to send a hi. You never know how much of a positive impact you can have in someone's day just by being you. So thank you for listening. Have a great week. Ciao for now.